Hello everyone and welcome to today's workshop webinar. It is about Brzee Day. So why are we talking about Brzee Day and what is it? What we'll share today on this webinar are three things. One, what are the latest revelations that Dr. Pillai has been sharing about Brzee? Two, the three ways you can keep Brzee in your consciousness all day long. And three, what is Global Brzee Day? So that's what we'll cover. So most of you know by now what Shreem Brzee is. Mantra has been cycling the globe for many years now. Millions of people are using it. So many testimonials of people being able to manifest cars and homes and sheer happiness, right, which is priceless. And recently, Dr. Pillai has been talking more about Brzee, the second component of the mantra. Some of you have asked, well, what about Shreem Brzee? Can I still use Shreem Brzee? How does this all work? Well, I asked Dr. Pillai on your behalf, and he said, of course, continue to use Shreem Brzee, Brzee, either or both. So it's all good. But what he's doing right now is honing in on that second part of the mantra so that we get more benefit from it. It's like taking it apart, looking more deeply, and allowing us to be more empowered by this other part of the mantra because it's new. It's been newly revealed in this lifetime to Dr. Pillai. Shreem, on the other hand, has been around for God knows how long, right? It is the seed sound for goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. It is widely known, right? So Shreem has been in the consciousness, has been on the planet for likely thousands of years. Brzee, on the other hand, was revealed to Dr. Pillai in the late 90s. So, speaking of comparing, we're pretty new in the world of Brzee. And so that is why he wants to put some more focus on that, some more energy behind it, some more empowerment behind it, because it is so unique and it is so powerful. So we can use it by itself or with Shreem Brzee. So what's new about Brzee that Dr. Pillai has revealed? Recently, he said that it is the energy of the Holy Trinity. So this sacred sound Brzee, which was given to him by the saint Vishwamitra, Dr. Pillai calls him the most compassionate being in the whole world. This being, Vishwamitra, wanted to save his people from hunger and poverty, but he couldn't. He was a king, but he didn't have enough money even in his own kingdom to give to all of his people so that they would be without suffering from financial constraints. So he went within to figure out, how can I do this? How can I do this for more people? How can I help save the world from scarcity and poverty and the pain that comes with that? I mean, lack of money isn't just lack of money. It comes with the inability to get proper health care, the inability to get healthy food, the inability to perhaps even have healthy relationships because the strain can create so much stress on our human interactions. So lack of money isn't just surface level. It goes to many other levels of our consciousness. And that is what Brzee can do. Brzee can root out that scarcity so that we may have abundance in our life in all areas. So Dr. Pillai revealed recently that this sound is a sacred sound for the Holy Trinity. And what is the Trinity? In the Hindu archetypes, Dattatreya signifies the coming together of the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer archetypes. And so if we break that down, what can that give us? First of all, those three components are the formula for miracles, right? If we have a fully integrated energy, consciousness, vibration of those three things, anything is possible. So those three things, one, the creation, the creative energy, the creative power, both male and female, right? So that gives us the ability to manifest, create new projects, have new ideas, make money, be able to have arts, entertainment, intelligence, a creative force in our life, sustaining our life. So that's a creative factor. Then we have the sustainer or the maintainer. And that is what we need to live on the earth plane. So what do we need? We need relationships. We need good health. We live in a body. We need shelter. We need food. We need pleasure, right? All of those things that sustain our existence on the earth. And that is also comes with protection, life force, purity, beauty, right? All the things we like to have along the way on this path. Then there's the third component, with is destruction. Now that may sound a little scary, but think about it in terms of destroying that which separates you from God. Destroying that which is no longer serving your highest purpose. Destroying that which creates obstacles in your way to success. Right? So destruction can be a very useful tool when used properly and in a positive manner. Right? So what does that look like? That can look like, three components inside of the destruction phase are the ego. The ego separates us from God. The ego has us, there's many positive aspects of the ego, and the negative aspects of the ego have us think we're better or separate from the divine. Then there's the karma, right? It can destroy your karma. Your karma, it keeps you in this cycle of repetitive thoughts that keep you trapped in your current existence. If you want to know what your karma is, look around. What kind of car do you drive? What kind of house do you live in? What relationships do you have? Do you want to change those? That's your karma. The law of cause and effect. Then you can also destroy your maya. Maya means illusion, or that which is perceived. And Dr. Pillai recently has been talking about illusion, that we all have illusion. Right? The life we have is an illusion, a persistent one, as Albert Einstein said. And we can create a different one. So knowing that we're seeing the world through this veil and creating this perception of the world we're living in, and the ability to destroy that in order to create a better one. Okay, so that's a little bit about these three factors, these three forces that come with Brzee, right? You thought Brzee was just a prosperity mantra, but no. You can also block negativity, block negative thoughts, because think about it, these three factors together are a force field that can do anything. So with Brzee, you can shield yourself. Remember the protection aspect of the sustenance phase. You can protect yourself from negativity. You can clear out, destroy negative thoughts, to clear out old karma. You can create new, right? You're birthing a new self, a new consciousness, new ideas, new ways you want to be, all with the power of Brzee. So it's a very potent little mantra. So it's quite useful for us to get to know it. So how do you get to know Brzee even better? Well, hopefully by now you have downloaded a couple audios that we are giving out for free. There's one meditation of implanting Brzee in the third eye, and there's a mantra loop. So if you haven't already, I believe there's a link on this page. You can go ahead and get it. I definitely want you to do that. Please do that. They're in Dr. Pillai's voice, and it's very important that you listened in his voice because this mantra was revealed specifically to him. So he has and carries that empowerment, that energy behind it. It's very important to get and receive a mantra from a master, from his lineage. And so just by hearing his voice, by downloading these audios, you're receiving the mantra from a master. So you don't have to travel to India or go to some extensive ways to receive anymore, right? Technology has given us these blessings. So I said I would share 3 tips that would help you to connect with and use Brzee on a daily basis. Okay, so by now in the webinar, we've gone through what is Brzee, what are the latest revelations of Brzee, what have Dr. Pillai been talking about, okay? This Trinity energy, the destruction of negativity, the creative force, the prosperity, okay? So Brzee is so compatible with everything that we need. And now let's move into the how do we use it, right? Oh, we know it's great. Now what? Now we have 3 tips, at least 3. There's many more, but I'm going to just boil it down to 3. 1, start and stop your day with Brzee. Okay, and this is where you can take some notes. Start and stop your day with Brzee. What does that look like? You wake up, you hit your snooze alarm, right? You lay in bed for another 5 minutes. As you're laying in bed, instead of just getting anxiety about what you have to do when you get out of this bed or what the day looks like, now just start chanting Brzee, okay? So you hit your snooze, you're laying in bed, you got 5 minutes. Just chant Brzee over and over and over. And as you're chanting Brzee, just witness what is happening. Are you feeling lighter, more positive, right? Allow the sound to go deep into your consciousness. And you don't have to focus on anything. I mean, you just woke up, right? Don't worry, just chant Brzee. Just chant Brzee for that 5 minutes before you get out of bed. Now you get up, you go about your day, and then at the end of your day, ending your day with Brzee. So you get back into bed. What happens when you lay there? Oh, you might be thinking about, oh my gosh, what I have to do tomorrow? What went wrong today? Like, our mind is a crazy negative like machine that tries to keep us in this cycle, right? So Brzee will stop that cycle. Brzee helps to root out those thoughts that are creating anxiety, creating stress, creating negativity, creating delusional thoughts that you're not good enough, that you can't do it. Those are incorrect thoughts. The mind is giving them to you. We want to stop the mind from giving them to you, and Brzee can do that. So at the end of the day, when you're lying in bed, just chanting. It doesn't have to be in any part of the body. You're just relaxing. You can even have it just feel flowing through your entire body, either from head to foot or from foot to head. You can start at your heart, whatever. There's no rules. Just allow Brzee to peacefully root out whatever may have been stressful that day and ease you peacefully into your sleep that night. Okay, so tip number 1, starting and stopping your day with Brzee. Tip number 2, engage with Brzee throughout the day by playing the mantra. So as I said, it's very powerful to hear this sound in Dr. Pillai's voice. It is empowered, right? It is giving you that extra emphasis of his energy that he's put into it. He was the one chosen by this emperor turned saint Vishwamitra, right? And Dr. Pillai is also had additional readings that said that he is Brzee, right? Like he is vibrating with Brzee. He is vibrating with the Trinity. So we want to tap into that. I see spiritual masters, gurus, as beings who have progressed, right? They've spent more lifetimes than me. They've gotten farther. They're able to hold more light and more energy. So when we attune ourselves with a being who has more light, more experience, more energy, more enlightenment, then we receive it as well, right? It's like going to the best teacher at university. You're going to absorb something from them, even in their presence, as well as mentally. But with a spiritual teacher, it's mostly a transmission. Of course, they will teach us stuff, will occupy our mind, but they will also help to transmit the energy that they're holding to us. And so that's the benefits, like plugging into this beautiful light network that they've created. So the importance of hearing Dr. Pillai's voice, chanting Brzee, and you want to do that every day if possible. Some easy tips on how to do that. Just listening to the meditation at lunch hour for a few minutes, okay? Just go to your car or walk around the building, whatever it takes, right? To just take a few minutes to yourself, listen to Brzee, reset your mood. Maybe some things have gone wrong, right? You want to really boost up your energy, your self-esteem, your creativity, your focus. Okay, so Brzee at lunch. And then you can put the audio on, just the repetitive mantra loop anytime in the background. So if you're washing dishes or driving home or to work or whatever it is you're doing, that where you can just have some background going on. So engaging throughout the day is tip number 2. Tip number 3, actively block negative thoughts. I would like for you to begin the practice of noticing when you're having a negative thought. Your body will tell you. You'll tense up, right? You may have certain reactions that you may notice about yourself if you don't start to notice them, right? So I would like for you to get aware of the thoughts that come up. And as they come, instead of just writing that out unconsciously, Brzee it out, right? So we've come up with this term, to Brzee it out. So when the negative thoughts comes, oh, I'm getting jealous of this person, or I'm getting angry at this person, or I'm getting upset that this isn't going my way, right? Like whatever is happening, recognize, oh, I am upset right now. Why am I upset? Well, it's not going the way I wanted it to go. Can I do anything about it? Do I need to? Brzee. Brzee, 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 Brzee. And you could do it however you are able to in that moment, right? Nothing is perfect. There are no hard and fast rules. But when you come across some negative thoughts that are disturbing your peace of mind, disturbing your creativity, disturbing your life force, just stop and chant Brzee. Specifically in this case, you can do it in the third eye because you'll be hopefully a little more engaged. I'd like for you to be a little more engaged right now because you're actively inside of a reaction, a negative reaction. And so if you engage a bit more, you can disconnect or disengage from that reaction. So Brzee in the third eye. Okay? So those are your 3 tips. Start and end your day with Brzee. Engage and play the meditation and the mantra loop throughout the day whenever it's possible, and actively Brzee out any negative thoughts. Great. So now, last part of our time together. What is Global Brzee Day? First of all, it's a divine occurrence. Dr. Pillai received a reading from a saint, and in that reading it said, Brzee can change the world. Because of all the reasons I just said. The negativity that can be rooted out of people's consciousness, the scarcity that can be relieved from us. This is untrue, right? We are divine beings living in a world surrounded by the limitations the mind and body have created. But Brzee can help us out of that. Brzee can change the world, and it can only change the world if more people are doing it. If 10 people are chanting Brzee, it'll make a lot less of an impact than if 10 million people are chanting Brzee. Right? So the whole point of the Brzee Day on November 18th is to get more people across the globe chanting Brzee. Why? Because we selfishly want a better world, right? Not just for ourselves, but for others. But for ourselves. Because when the consciousness of the planet raises such, the vibration of the planet raises such, negative thoughts can't exist inside of that high state. If you've ever been in a really high meditation, you know, right? Like it's harder to pull down those negative thoughts. Now imagine the entire planet vibrating with that really high state. No terrorist could exist inside of that high vibration, right? So what can we do to change the world? The world that is in kind of an upheaval right now, like a lot of eruption is going on. We can actively do our part by meditating. It's not passive at all. It is an act of rebellion. It's an act of a revolution for love, peace, and prosperity for the entire planet. And you can do that. You can do that. Because anyone can do that because it's free. And it takes 20 minutes a day, right? If all you did was meditate on Brzee or Shri Brzee for 20 minutes a day, you could change the planet. And you told all your friends to do it, right? Like you got all the people you know to also be actively participating in this global revolution for love, peace, and prosperity. So that's the purpose of Global Brzee Day. And I'm so excited because with this, we can make a difference. If you feel like it's hopeless, if you feel like you can't do anything, you can. We all can. We have that power. The divine has given us that power. I get emotional just thinking about it, like how powerful we are, and when we come together, how impactful we can be. It's off the charts. We just got to organize ourselves in order to do that. We have to organize ourselves in order to do that. And how do we do that? We do that together. Because if everyone just goes back to their lives and forgets or gets caught up in raising children and caring for your life and your well-being, which I totally get, it happens, then we'll forget our path. But if we stick together and keep reminding each other of what's important and why we're here, and that a day can't go by without us participating in the change for global peace and prosperity, right? That's how we make the difference. We have to be in community and we have to participate together. We have to create a collective consciousness of high vibration, of peace, of prosperity, of abundance, of love, right? That's what we're here for. What was I saying? So I got a little caught up there. So global peace and prosperity, Brzee Day. Dr. Pillai will be delivering he's called it a mini seminar. So a teaching and I'm assuming a meditation, hopefully. You never know what he's going to do. People are always like, what's he going to say? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know until you hear it. There's nothing planned because he's a divine channel. He gets messages and he does as God tells him. He's obedient, obediently surrendered to God, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we'll know, as you do, real time, as this is aired live, next November 18th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And also that day, we will be hosting I believe it's going to be a 2-hour fire prayer ritual. It's a ceremony where there'll be several priests chanting Om Brzee Swaha. So Om, the primordial sound of all things, all creation. Brzee, I just told you all about Brzee. And Swaha is what you call, it's another word for I call upon you or I invoke you, right? So calling upon Brzee. And then they put stuff into the fire. They put stuff into the fire that pleases the goddess, right? The goddess of prosperity, purity, love, beauty, joy. That goddess, goddess Lakshmi. So they'll be putting sacred items into the fire that pleases the goddess. We'll be chanting Brzee. There'll be several priests so that it'll be magnified. Every one of them chanting Om Brzee Swaha is multiplied by however many they'll be there. I don't know if it's going to be 4 or 8 or something. And then for a 2-hour period or about that. So we'll be streaming that live. So you can definitely, I'm not sure what time it is yet. We'll definitely let you know. And I encourage you to tune into that if you can, to at least listen and make your prayers as they are chanting. There'll be an opportunity to sponsor that too, so that you can kind of slip in a little deeper to the energy of that fire prayer that is going to be happening, that fire lab. So, yes, if you haven't already downloaded your audio, please do that on this page. Also, I encourage you to do your part on spreading the word of Global Brzee Day for all the reasons I just said. It is our duty to help create a prosperous, more abundant, more peaceful, more loving planet, right? Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your consciousness, your contribution, who you are. You are love and divinity incarnate. And I look forward to seeing you next week on November 18th. Talk to you soon. Namaste.